February 12th, 1964, the birth of Beatlemania. The Beatles performed at Carnegie Hall. It was standing room only, but Louise Harrison had a ringside seat.
It was sold out so quickly that there were no seats, and Cynthia Lennon and I ended up sitting on a couple of chairs behind the band on stage.
George was her kid brother. Nearly 60 years later, she is speaking out, sharing his legacy, and at the same time, protecting it.
It's been a very, very great privilege to be part of a family of those four guys. But it's also, I think, a great responsibility.
Louise arrived in America a year before the Beatles. She moved to Benton, Illinois, where George paid a visit in those early days, but theirs was a bond that started from day one.
He was my baby brother. You know, I was 11 when he was born, and I first met him when he was, about 8 hours old. I remember holding him, this gorgeous little brother. I thought, wow, you know.
When the lads became a sensation in the UK, Louise said she played a part in getting them on the Ed Sullivan Show by politely harassing Beatles manager Brian Epstein.
I had to write lots and lots of letters to Brian to let him know that you can't just have something good and everybody will recognize it. You've got to really push it. And so I started also putting a PS on the bottom of each letter saying, get them on the Ed Sullivan Show.
Louise lives in America, but her accent hasn't changed. She manages the Liverpool Legends, a Beatles tribute band that performs tomorrow night at Carnegie Hall. Last night I said these words to my girl. Even though George was known as the shy one, Louise knew he was special.
I remember being particularly impressed with the way he handled all those different groups of people and made sure nobody ever felt left out. And I remember thinking, wow, you know, he could be a really great diplomat, you know.
What made them so special? For Louise, the answer may be in the stars.
They were like a comet that was, you know, flashing across the galaxies, and I don't think any one individual or half a dozen individuals would have really changed the path of that comet. I think it was going where it was going regardless of who or what helped.
Paul Beeben, Al Jazeera.